Good morning, everyone. So it's Monday and it's November 1st. It's like, morning. I'm glad everybody's here. I love, here, I'll put, maybe mute yourself or whoever that noise is in the background. Let's see. Mute. Okay, I think I fixed it. So I've been playing around with using the Essential Emotions book. And today I was thinking, oh, that I'll read the holiday ones because I love the holiday joy. I bought the Max this morning, which you can get 4. So I was like, I don't like running out of that one. So we'll be able to get it until it runs out. So let me look it up really quick. So it's in the H's. Holiday. There it is. There's holiday peace. Here's holiday joy. It's centered celebration. Holiday joy invites people to come together and experience the warmth and comfort of positive relationships. It fosters feelings of joy, celebration, and excitement. However, personal memories and experience of past holidays directly impact how this blend is received. Holiday joy can simultaneously illuminate the rifts, barriers, and unhealed issues carried into families, while assisting in the restoration of healthy connections by instilling a desire for togetherness and reconciliation. Coming face to face with these realities, compounded by the modern stresses of commercialized holidays, can trigger tension, defensiveness, hypersensitivity, and volatile emotions. This can be especially common during holiday activities with family and close communities. As such, this blend cultivates a spirit of simplification, peace, and connectiveness as the focus of the holidays. I just think that's so freaking sweet. So I have a lot going on in my life right now, and that feels good to be able to like bring that in, and because I'm doing a lot of self-reflecting and taking responsibility for my part in my relationships, and kind of just talking to my higher power about helping me be okay and be in the present, and not be in the stress of thinking of the future. So accepting the moment and taking the present. So yeah, there was another thing I wanted to read you guys, because we're starting these essential emotions coaching stuff, but I want to kind of help set some boundaries for all of us. And what that does is it keeps us all, it helps us put up our emotional shields. We don't want like too thick of a shield, but just enough to where you can accept what you want to receive and not be overwhelmed by being in a group. So anyway, I wanted to read that to you guys really quick. It's kind of like, well, let's see. So I was going to read it, but it's kind of like when we share, you have to kind of communicate and say, I'd like to share this, and it helps me to speak out loud, because for me, especially when I speak out loud, it helps God move through me. It's like the spirit can channel through my words, and I'll say stuff that I didn't even know I was going to say. And then it's like a realization. And a lot of people, that's why when sharing really helps you, because if you keep it inside, then you can't really figure out exactly how you feel. But if you say it, then you go, oh, okay, now I understand. But you might not want any feedback. So you can just say, I'm open to feedback, or I just needed to speak out loud. Another thing that's something good to be mindful of is that when somebody is having an emotion, it's not necessary, because we want to be able to feel them and be able to process them through. So if it's very addicting to rescue somebody. So if someone is having a hard emotion, it's very, you want to go pacify their feeling, but it's kind of like when an animal is shaking from like an incident. So say like the dog almost got ate by a coyote, but now the dog is shaking. If you hold the dog and go, oh, it's okay, little dog, it's okay. And then they stop shaking. Now that it has seeded the emotion to stay in their body and the trauma. So they don't get the opportunity to release it. So we want to let people feel their feelings. It's actually only 16 seconds to allow a feeling. And a lot of people are so afraid they will do everything at all costs to feel that feeling. But if you allow yourself to feel each feeling for 16 seconds, use the oil, say the words, the affirmation. That's how we use the book. Then we're going to work through and processing the stuff so that it's not manifesting in these storage lockers in our body, because we want to live free, right? That's what the title of this book is: Process, Release, and Live Free. So I'm just giving some guidelines of, please say, I would like to share, or I would like to process, or, and we want to kind of do like maybe a minute to 2 minutes, so not like too long, just so we can keep it, copacetic. But one thing I also wanted to share was, in my codependency, the 12 steps and 12 traditions is a workbook. It has the promises. So there's traditions and there's the promises. And the promises give me this feeling of such hope that I wanted to share it with you. And I can send it in a PDF if you like. Actually, I'll pull it up and then we can all read them if you like.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, then that would be not me like being the main speaker, because I kind of want to be the one that facilitates, but I don't want to be the one that's like in charge all the time. So I would love to hear from you guys, if you've been attending these, and how you've been using the oils and what you're noticing. I'd love to hear your testimony. So let me put it back on gallery. And because I think I'm still on Spotlight, right? Am I on Spotlight? Remove Spotlight. Okay, so now when you speak, it should pull you up. So I'd love to hear from you guys.
I love these classes, and I'm just trying to get into them, and sometimes I'm missing them or whatever, but I try to go back to see. But oh my God, don't stop these, because someday I'm going to catch it up and I'm going to be right where you're at. Because I have a lot to whatever myself. There's a lot going on in my life too. So this is so good. Thank you. I just wanted to thank you. But I do go on mute a lot because I look terrible sometimes. I'm just trying to get my day together.
Yeah, me too. I don't have a bra on. Never.
Well, I just got my top on, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have the Essential Emotions book?
I do. I bought it. I mailed it, and I have it on my phone. So, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I just need to get into using it and doing it right. So it might take me a little longer. I don't know, but I'm working on it. I'm always so busy. It's hard.
Oh, I know. It's kept getting into routine. Do you want me to show you how to look stuff up the way we've been doing it?
Did Jeannie do it on hers? Because I have the recording, I believe. Did she show us how to use the book or something, I believe?
Yeah, I did it at our team meeting. So
yes. Just as I say, it takes me sometimes a little bit longer. It's so much going on. I'm like on a roller coaster sometimes,
Yeah, I know.
I take care of my 2 grandkids, and we're expecting another one in January, and it's coming so fast. We're all trying to make it here in this house all together because my daughter is a single mom. So there will be, how can I say it? She's been in this house since she was 4 years old. She would like to hightail out of here, but the way things have come out in her life, I tell her, you need to look at it as a blessing. We are all still here in the same house. I understand it. We're outgrowing it. There's a lot going on, but we're going to make it and it's going to be okay. Okay. I hope so. Yes. So I'm just waiting for this new baby to come and see where are we going to fit them. We're going to make it happen.
Well, like in India, right? It's like 5 generations. And in Mexico, like, nobody leaves.
Yes, it's not supposed to be this way. This was not how it was planned or whatever, but sometimes plans don't happen and life goes on and you just gotta go with it, just I don't know. Yes, keep smiling. That's all we do.
I'll send you the printout, or we'll do it at the end of this with some affirmations, because I think it's really important to, if you're going to be using the oils with your whole family, and then to remind the kids, like, if you can read it to them and they can say it out loud, like, okay. I bring light to the room, or I'm valued, I'm enough. There's things like that if everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
More, yes. So positive. Everything in the positive, yes, is trying to keep that bright light shining. Yes. And I love my oils. I just love all the oils. Yeah. So yeah, it's all good. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much. And thank Jeannie. And oh my God. Yeah. But I am incognito a lot. I do that because I'm just trying to suck it all in. Okay.
That's good. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Kim.
So I'll leave it to the rest. Okay.
Oh, thanks.
And keep watching.
Hey, Kim, were you going to share your screen?
Yeah. Let me pull it up really quick. Share. Hold on, I have to pull it up on Google. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the Coda promises, and there's also the Coda prayers. Oh, here's the PDF. So then I can share it in the link. Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Well, Jeannie, would you like to read for me? And then I can scroll it down.
Okay, am I starting at the top? The very top, I can expect a miraculous change?
Yeah.
Okay, I can expect a miraculous, I can expect a miraculous change in my life by working the program of Codependence Anonymous as I make an honest effort to work the 12 steps and follow the 12 traditions. I know a new sense of belonging. The feeling of emptiness and loneliness will disappear. I'm no longer controlled by my fears. I overcome my fears and act with courage, integrity, and dignity. I know a new freedom. I release myself from worry, guilt, and regret about my past and present. I'm aware enough not to repeat it. I know a new love and acceptance of myself and others. I feel genuinely lovable, loving, and loved. I learn to see myself as equal to others. My new and renewed relationships are all with equal partners. I'm capable of developing and maintaining healthy and loving relationships. The need to control and manipulate others will disappear as I learn to trust those who are trustworthy. I learned that it is possible to mend, to become more loving, intimate, and supportive. I have the choice of communicating with my family in a way which is safe for me and respectful of them. I acknowledge that I am a unique and precious creation. I no longer need to rely solely on others to provide my sense of worth. I trust the guidance I receive from my higher power and come to believe in my own capabilities. I gradually experience serenity, strength, and spiritual growth in my daily life. And I've been really codependent my whole life and I didn't know it. And I've been working through it. And I had a really crazy thing happen to me this summer. And anyway, I'm just learning how to,
So when I read that, even if you weren't doing anything to do with a CODA or 12 steps, I think it's a really good reminder of where you need to work in your life or where I need to work in my life. Because I look at it and I go, oh, I was putting all of my self-esteem in my interactions with other people. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. But so the reason I share it in conjunction with this is you can take releasing the emotion and then you can kind of like go, oh, like I felt that way because of this piece. And then you can journal and it helps you deepen your understanding and self-reflection.
I think sometimes, for me, I think I've done codependent things because I think I'm doing it for somebody else. So my therapist this summer, I worked really intensely with an amazing coach / therapist. And she gave me the definition. I don't know if I said it on here before. The definition she gave for codependence is, I need you to change so I can feel better. And when I was with all my grandkids this summer, and I felt like some of the grandkids were maybe being left out a little bit just because they're step grandkids that I have, and they're really quiet and they're not as close to everybody else. And I wanted to make sure everyone was happy. And so this is what I tend to do is I need them to be doing something and having these wonderful reactions or whatever, wonderful experiences so I can feel happy. And it wasn't out of love for them. I was doing something. I wasn't taking into account, maybe they don't want to play a game right now or whatever, but I was wanting to, and I was trying to make things happen. And I was thinking I was doing it for them. And really it was to make me feel better. Anyway. It was really freeing when I figured out, oh my gosh, you've been doing this your whole life and you've been trying to do things thinking you're helping other people. And really you're just trying to make yourself feel better.
So true.
So I guess I need to look at those, the emotions in there, are there certain ones that you use for codependence?
Why don't we look it up? Let's have a look. Well, let's see. I'm in. You guys do that? Because I used to I'd look up anatomy stuff with my clients and it would always go straight to the penis or the butthole and right now when I open it, it's like buttocks. I'm like, oh. Sorry. Do you find it?
No, but oh yeah, it is in here. Oh my goodness. Oh. There's a lot.
Let's see. Is Carolina on here? Maybe she wants to read it. Or never mind. Let's see.
I didn't see her on here.
Is that the latest version of that book?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to get the latest one.
Is there a way you can post a link on the chat for that?
Yeah, I have like 3 extra ones, Genevieve, if you want one.
Cool. Yeah, yes, I'll buy one off of you for sure.
Okay, I got them I think I got them 10% off because I used the code thing.
Okay.
They're like 27.
It looks a lot fatter than the one that I have. It's an old one.
Do you want to read it, Jeannie?
Okay, I feel like I'm doing well. Okay, so the codependent oils are tea tree, clove, On Guard, which is interesting because that's protecting blends. Purify, oregano, ginger, jasmine, terra-shield, lemon, eucalyptus, citronella, amave, align, tamer, and abode. So the look deeper is, what will it take for me to allow the person I love to experience healing in their life? Am I limiting their ability to heal by controlling the consequences they experience? What will it take for me to have healthy boundaries? And then we're supposed to declare, while we're using the oil and everything, I can now trust the process of healing. I am now allowed and determined to do what is right for me. And then while visualizing, see the chains of control release from your body and mind. Imagine stepping into a place of peace and safety where clarity can be received.
Oh, I like it. Yeah. I'm a tea tree freak. I can use like a whole bottle a month, and I didn't realize that it was one of the codependency oils. And I was like, oh, I could see that. So generally when you look at that list, you don't use them all. You just kind of go like, oh, that one and that one. And that's what I'm going to diffuse in my bed every week or every night, or I'm going to use it in a specific way. But you want to kind of go with that oil and say those words every day for a week, and then notice what's changing around you or what's changing inside your body. So,
I think there's something deeper with codependency. I mean, for me, just looking at your motives, you know, like, what is your motive? If my motive is truly joy and peace and love and everything, but which I thought my motive was, I was trying to make my grandkids happy, right? And yet that wasn't the real motive behind the motive, you know? And so the words didn't match exactly for me. I think I would reword some of this for me a little bit, because I don't have unhealthy relationships with, you know, I don't know, murderers or whatever. I don't know, you know, how we always, way back when we learned about codependency, I was like, no, I'm not codependent. Yeah.
Oh, like the people that marry the people in jail.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, you know, like if you look at it of, I need my husband to change so I can feel happy. I need my children to do X so I can feel happy. Like all of that. That's codependency. And I've been doing that my whole life and I didn't know.
Yeah. So did you guys also know in the back of the book that there's this, the feelings chart? Yeah. So if you're kind of feeling like I've got several feelings going on and I don't quite know, then it's kind of nice to look at the little emoji faces and go, oh, okay, let's see what that, and then you can go from there at that point too. The oils I've been really feeling connected to right now have been that Hygge, the one that you can't, it's not phonetic, Hygge, and I've been using a lot of cedarwood, like a ton of cedarwood. And it's really helping me ground and feel connected. But does anyone else want to share what oils they're feeling like really supported you, or how your process from last week to this week is different or changed? Don't rescue me. Only share if you want to. So otherwise,
good for you, Kim, for saying that.
I know, because you want to rescue me, don't you?
Yeah, that is awesome.
So the other,
I could share real fast. I have been using neroli and bergamot for like a while now. And I started using it because of postpartum depression. I think you're the one that told me about the neroli. And then I had been using bergamot because I don't know. I just feel like I connect to that one so much. And those two have helped me get through a lot. And I use it every day, especially when I know I'm going to be around other people. Like, hold on. Like my, you know, just other people. Difficult people, I put that on. And then when I want to feel comforted, I use marjoram. I don't know, that one I really connect with too, because it's just it just makes me, it just relaxes me a lot and makes me, I don't know, it just brings me to another place. And my last one is Douglas fir. So you're reading about the holiday joy, the Douglas fir. Every time I smell that one, in fact, I just have a little bit left in there, but I have to keep it in there because it brings me back to Christmas at my dad's house as a little girl. So that brings a lot of joy too.
That's sweet. So every day you use the neroli and bergamot?
Yes. So I use the neroli touch, and then I'll just drop a drop of the bergamot on, and then just I put it all over, and then I just inhale it. Mostly I put it in my hair too.
You want me to read the neroli?
Yes, please.
What I find interesting about when the new books come out, because we all have been learning about essential oils for a while. And I mean, if I went to the library and I got a book on plants from 20 years ago, you'd be like, oh, rosemary's for remembrance and for memory. And, there's kind of stuff like that. And not to say that that's not true, but the oils it's the spirit, it's their message to us. And so when they update the books, it's literally a new message being channeled from the plant. It's a new generation, just like we're a new generation. So I like having the updates. So, and the woman who channels, her name is Amanda Porter. And I think a lot of us have that ability. It's just that she put a pen to paper. Neroli is shared purpose and partnership. Neroli is unifying and stabilizing oil. It is particularly helpful for calming troubled hearts in relationship conflict. Its influence promotes harmony in the changing dynamic of long-term relationships. Ongoing partnerships require acceptance and growth. Over time, perceived weaknesses in others come into full view, and as a result, individuals can grow bitter, frustrated, unsympathetic, and create emotional distance from people they once loved and cherished. If left unchecked, these feelings can grow into dysfunctional and destructive thoughts and behaviors. Perceived stagnation in a relationship can cause despair and apathy and feed a desire to blame, punish, or escape. Alternatively, neroli invites individuals to develop the character traits of fidelity, empathy, patience, forgiveness, and resilience to ease these relationship challenges. Yeah, so neroli teaches that unity blossoms from adaptation, cooperation, tolerance, perseverance, and kindness. It encourages active acceptance and supportive space for the chosen partner. I love reading about each oil because they're so then you go, oh yeah, it's really nice, especially people who have a lot of oils and they only have like 3 that they use and they forgot how to use everything else. If you start reading through this, you go, yeah, I need that one. And then you got to go dig it out. My mom always says that. She's like, I don't know what to do with these ones. I'm like, have you looked at the book lately? And she goes, oh yeah. So it's a nice way to help people that maybe they ordered doTERRA a long time ago and they're like, well, I got all this stuff, but nobody ever taught me. Then you can kind of go, well, you need to download the app and then you can look to see how things work. And then they start using them again. So we want to support healthy lifestyle, not just, like, oh, I have oils, but now I don't know what to do with it. So let's see.
Kim, were you going to talk about boundary oils? I know about some things that I use for boundaries and protection, but I would love to get your take on it. And I also, when I said this to my massage therapist, like, she feels energy super amazing, such an awesome gift. And she said, no, I don't want to put any oils on me to protect me from others' energy. I just want to have God be my shield. And I was like, that's great, but you're not an ascended master yet. None of us are. And, if we were all like in this perfect space all the time, but sometimes I feel like we put on protection just so that when we're caught off guard or we're not feeling well, or, you know what I mean? Or tired or cranky or whatever. And you can't have that you know, and I want to protect myself, but at the same time, I just want to give out love and everything too. So there's this, I feel, you know what I mean? Like you said, you don't want to protect yourself too much and have heart shields and all that.
Yeah.
So
well,
I want to hear your take.
I like how you just explained that because there is times that we're caught off guard.
Yeah.
So I use frankincense quite a bit, and every time I'm going to be touching somebody else, I use frankincense first. Mm-hmm. And I put my intention, and I'll tell the person, this is so that I don't pick up your stuff and you don't pick up my stuff. And they go, oh, and that when you say that, they're automatically doing it. You know, you've created an image, and now their brain is at work creating a boundary. So I think it's just saying you can just think it or say it out loud, but that was part of what, when I would work on people and people would say, oh, Kim, you're so good at what you do. You're so amazing. And I'd be like, yeah, thanks. But I would be so tired afterwards. And it was because if I had this like finite amount of magic just inside me that had nothing to do with receiving from the universe or from my higher power, then I would go doo, 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 and I would use all Kim's magic so that this person would give me the feedback. And then I'm like, why do I feel so bad? and then what I realized, like what your therapist was saying, is that if you connect with, like, if you imagine when you're you decide, okay, I want to be available emotionally or physically to this person, you have to connect. So I'm like thinking about this like little golden light that's going to go straight up, and it's going to connect to all the power of the universe and to the heavens and to God or to whatever's your chosen higher power. And then I'm also going to connect down through my spine. There's tons of stuff that shows that your bones are the same resonance as crystals and all kinds of stuff in the universe. So it's like we're receiving and rebounding information through our spine. And so actually your spine is your protective mechanism. It's like the star seed of the universe is your spine. So you imagine the end of your tippy tail going deep into the magma of the earth. And the other part of God is in there, and you're like above and below. So if you do a breathing meditation, that's kind of what I imagine. And when I float in water with people, it's called water breath dance. That's what you lead people to do. So if you find yourself feeling extremely disconnected and powerless, then go, I'm not powerless because I have a spine that connects all the way up and all the way down. I hope that helps.
You're so funny, Kim. I do want to know more about what you said about our bones are the same. I'm taking notes. I'm typing stuff up. You said our bones are the same resonance as crystals, like same type of energy. I mean, anyway, if you know what to share, so I can go look that up.
Yeah. Wait, say that again.
I mean, you said there's research that shows that our bones are the same kind of whatever, has the same kind of resonance as crystals.
Yeah. I have that somewhere, so I'll send it to you.
Okay.
There's a meditation that goes with it too. So, because it helps you kind of like, have you ever seen like those hanging light pendants that kind of look like a star? They're like, it's like shaped. It's got like, I don't know, little triangles that go around it. Well, there's this image of a pyramid on top and a pyramid on bottom. And that's kind of like when you look at the spine in this different diagram, it shows the cervicals and the thoracic and the lumbar, and the way they put it together with these triangles. And then it reminds you of a crystalline like when you see water crystals, or when you look at a crystal or ice, it kind of has that feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but these are just tools that we have to remember, and we're building up. So if like we had a bag of Scrabble tiles and you're like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do right now. And you have to go, oh yeah, reach in the velvet bag and pull out another tool. So, I don't know. Lisa is here and I would love it actually. I don't know if you feel up to it, but would you show us some of the ways that you've moved energy that you've showed? I'm gonna ask to unmute you.
What were you asking?
Oh, that's the other Lisa. But hi.
Oh, I'm like, what? Me? Huh?
You're like, what? Hi, Lisa. There's more than one Lisa. So the other Lisa, she teaches yoga and she teaches energy healing. So I wonder if she might do it.
I would love to hear it.
Or she went on mute for a second. Oh, there she is.
There we go. I have one question. I posted it in the chat. I've lost my sense of smell this weekend. And I just wonder if the EOs can still have an effect. I'm putting them in the humidifier.
Yes.
But I don't smell. I smell pieces of them, but I don't smell the whole thing.
Yeah.
And my favorite way is to do things like this. I'm just like going to put that out there. And in the center, because these are thymus thyroid in this area, and this is rooted in the work of Donna Eden. I'm not trained by her, but I'm trained by some of her people.
Who did you say? Can you tell me what you said? Who was it?
Donna Eden.
Oh, Donna Eden.
It's called Energy Method now. And then there's another woman who's worked with her extensively who's teaching energy medicine yoga, and her name's Lauren Walker. But I incorporated these when I was sick, and I use them all the time now. And so tapping just tends to open up that energy across the heart. Thymus thyroid. This point here, which it feels dull and numb to me right now, as my sinuses seem dull and numb. But this would be a kidney stomach meridian line. And you just inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. And the only reason I can do this right now is I teach a class at a timeshare and nobody's here. It's very quiet. Big Bear.
Oh, you're at Lagunitas?
I'm at Lagunitas right now. And then these are my favorite because I've been taught that this is liver gallbladder, but I've realized by going around in these areas, you're hitting large intestine, spleen, stomach, and you're getting that digestion to like awaken, especially if you tend towards sluggish digestion. That's why I like these. And then shake all of that off. And then you can paint a halo around yourself. This is a piece that I've just incorporated. Paint a halo around yourself, and then you can pull it back up again. And then you can crisscross and take it to the ground. And there's 3 versions of this. I go over the front of the body and trace up and over the shoulder and back down to the waist. And then you do it again, trace down and come inside the body, and you come into the crease of the legs here. And I find this really useful because it really connects top to bottom for me. And it's usually done with the outer edge of the pinky finger, and you just pull it up. And then I still pull it up. And then the other version I do with this is I do thumbs, and you come down and you flick it off the inside of the leg. And I find that really useful. And then coming up again and crisscross it down. And then you come up the back body. And I've been doing a kidney hold. And the kidney hold seems to be really useful in the winter because the kidneys recede into the body as it gets colder. And I learned this particular theory from people that are survivalists, and they do kidney wraps. And I heard this and it just made so much sense that if you support your kidneys, you actually feel a little bit better. When you roll on the floor and you put your back into the floor on a warm blanket, something that adds cushioning, you feel really supported. And to me, it's really subtle, but it's really useful because I think the kidneys need that support. But that whole trace comes up the back of the body and back down again. And then I tend to start a yoga practice after I've done all of those. And there's a little bit others. And I'll share that one day. But my question today is, do essential oils work? Does doTERRA work when you have no sense of smell?
Yes. So they're still crossing your olfactory through your nose, and then it's crossing the blood-brain barrier into your brain and affecting all the systems of your body. So, but what I would do is be adding peppermint and lemongrass, just a drop to your big tumbler. Just make sure you put chapstick on first so that you don't be like, oh, that's really spicy, especially since it's dry and cold up there. And then I would just keep drinking that to help move it. Or you can take it on your fingertips and then do the pulls to help open it, you know?
I'll mix it. I've been mixing it with clarified butter because I'm finding the clarified butter, ghee is another name for it. It penetrates and gets into the tissue, even though I can't smell it. I know it's been helpful that way.
You can get your sense of smell back. I just posted something. A lot of people have been getting their sense of smell back using oils. So anyway, those aren't the only way. It's not the only way to do it, but it's one of the ways, and it's about the same thing. You just keep using these oils and you keep sniffing them. And lots of people have gotten their sense of smell back after COVID or other things.
I was going to look up sinuses. I think I looked it up recently for someone else, but I think it's in nose actually. I think I looked it up for Nikki.
I would think the sinuses have something to do with certain emotions too, mostly because there's an aspect in my life where I'm feeling detached from somebody specific. And for some reason, that sense of smell, I think, is a big connection to that. I haven't read it, but it just feels like it.
It says self-awareness and ability to tolerate people and situations. And then these are the emotional adjectives: arrogance, indecisive, rejection, and sadness. Do I have intolerance towards someone? Am I crying inside? Am I carrying sorrows unseen? So would you want me to look up arrogant, indecisive, rejection, or sad?
Rejection, I think, would be the one.
Okay. Thank you for letting us make you a person. Well, just bare your soul to us so that we can look up your issue.
I think your sinuses also, your sinuses also have to do with your intestines, depending on how much your colon being your third lung, as my sister likes to call it.
That makes very much sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these are the oils listed that you would choose from: lavender, cinnamon, lime, clove, marjoram, clary calm, and Litsea. Which one kind of popped to you?
Lime, I think. I've been trying to add lime zest to the medicinal soup that I made. And so that's going to be a big one when I go home today.
Okay, it says, am I the one rejecting, or am I being rejected? Have I felt rejected by another? What might be limiting that person from giving the love I seek? I can now accept that I am loved and valued. I am ready to love myself. See yourself surrounded and held by loving white light.
I'm going to go dig into the book when I get home, because that makes so much sense, why my sinuses. And I had been thinking of my sinuses for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. They'd been on my mind a lot, you know? So it's interesting that I lost my sense of smell this weekend and that my sinuses became an issue. And I have to remember that I'm more powerful. I've just been thinking about them, not thinking positive or negative, just thinking about them.
Mm-hmm.
I just read something too. Do you have this book, Your Body is Telling You Love Yourself?
I do not.
I have nose issues right now too, sinus issues. So that's why I've been looking everything up. I was looking it up in collaborations with Divine Doctor too. But this one was good because it says that because it's our life force, the emotional block is you tend to cut yourself off on a sensory level for fear of feeling your own suffering or the suffering of someone you love. On the other hand, it might be because you can't stand someone or something or a situation in your life. Maybe you feel that something doesn't smell good, indicating distrust and fear. And it says, interesting that nose problems most often occur during those seasons when we have to rub shoulders with other people a lot, like in cold weather. This indicates difficulty in social adjustments. Anyway, there's a lot more, but.
Would you send us a picture of that and I can share it with Lisa Ann?
Yeah, I can just text it to you or what?
Yeah, just text me and I'll send it to Lisa Ann.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I bought that book too. It was like $80, but I'm like, okay, so I'll just share it.
I need to show you how to use that book, Collaborations with the Divine Doctor. It is really fascinating. When I finally figured out how to use it the right way, just like the emotional book. Yeah, it's really good.
Well, I feel like there's a bunch, because there's a lot of powerful people that come to this call. I mean, like, so anything that we want to put together, we can make that part of our topics. You know, because I don't want to be the one that's always talking. I want to kind of have like different leads. So I would love to do that. Just because I don't like it when other people lead all the time. Like, let's hear a different speaker. Let's hear different voices. Did you guys happen to see Tiffany Peterson started her gratitude series November 1st? No? Here, I think it's called, Cindy, I texted it to you, didn't I? Let me see, and I'll post it in the thing. It's in my email.
You want me to text it to you?
No, I got it. What's the name of her website? She's that it's called Gratitude Series. I'll put it right here. www.gratitude. So she's got powerful speakers like 3 times a week for 10 weeks. Gratitude. That just kind of help us go through this time period. A lot of people that know a lot about oils and a lot about mindset.
Are these ones recorded?
They're all recorded and they're all free. So all you have to do is click on, did that become a live link?
I think so.
So that way you just register and then you'll get all the recordings in your email. But I think when you go on live, you can talk to them, you can ask questions. But I really enjoy her energy. She talks a lot about releasing fear. She kind of has a recipe of like, okay, first you release the fear and then the doubt and then the anxiety. And then it kind of helps free you up so that you can understand more about what you're capable of. So
Kim, I don't always want to be talking, but I just want to share this one thing that I started a gratitude journal that, you know, like I have a ton of journals, but this one, somebody said, do this thing. And it's the simplest, fastest. It really takes me like 2 minutes a day to do it. And it's been the most helpful. There's only 3 questions that you ask yourself. And the first one is, well, you just do 3 things. The first one is you just write, I'm grateful for receiving, and then you write it all out. And the second one is I'm letting go of, like you said, first you release the fear, right? And that's a big one that I like every day for like 20 days. I was like, I'm letting go of fear. And the third one is, what does my soul want to tell me today? Anyway, it's just, I really have liked it because I write in a lot of journals, but sometimes you don't have time for every single thing that you want to do and all the journaling, but this was a fast, easy thing. And I do enjoy it. And I've learned a lot from myself, right?
Like that really helps break it down. If you were just to write those 3 things. I read a lot of time travel stuff, and they'll talk about like the journals that they find, or the main character will be writing mindfully in the book because she goes, well, I don't know what they're going to think of this, because she's from the future living in the past. So it makes me, when I write stuff down, I always think that, what are they going to say about what they find? Or like when you buy pottery, like from a local source, you know, and then like 1,000 years from now, they're like, this was an example of Mary Smith. She made this pottery in year 2021. I don't know. But so I'm going to go ahead and end this. But I really appreciate the information, and I love to hear you guys, your feedback, and you know, whatever you're doing for next week. We're always going to be here on Mondays, and just available to talk about, like, okay, I'm not sure, you know, like some people say, I'm so busy that I don't have time to kind of figure it out, but you can come here and we can figure it out. And then you can take that information and use it. So I really appreciate everybody coming, and some other people that this is their first time. It made me really happy to see you again. Thank you, Jeannie, and
thank you,
Lisa, for sharing.
Sure. I mean, it's just so nice to have an early morning Monday place to get questions answered. It's like nice, you know, whatever arises, it's here. Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll see you guys next Monday.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.